Hello and welcome to our GTC Insiders video series, where we invite friendly faces from the A2P industry to share their perspectives on the messaging business today. My name is Mitchell Cutmore, consultant and data analyst at GTC, otherwise known as Mitch, and today I'm joined by Kerry-Anne Harvey, Director of Global Partnerships at Sekura Mobile Intelligence. Hi Kerry-Anne, welcome to our GTC Insiders series. Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure, thank you for inviting me.
I thought maybe we could start talking about a little bit what your role looks like at Sekura Mobile. So you are Director of Global Partnerships. What does that look like day to day?
It's a very good question. And it's quite a diverse role. So it depends on day to day who you're talking to. So obviously we work with the partners that are local and global. Can have its time constraints, which can always be quite fun at 8 o'clock in the evening when you're talking to somebody in the US or whatever, but all good fun. So if I'm talking to an existing partner, quite often it's to discuss types of commercials that they may have for certain opportunities, the coverage, the verticals that they're looking at, potentially use cases they want to discuss and look at kind of which products would be best suited for that particular use case that they're looking to onboard with their new opportunity. We like to think of ourselves as like an extension of the partner, if you like. So we're very fortunate that we have some amazing partners, and picking up the phone is actually like ringing up a best friend, which is perfect. So we have a great relationship with the partners. And we're more than happy to, say, for instance, take off a Sekura hat and put on a GTC hat and come join you guys. If you had an opportunity, wanted a bit of support, we're more than happy to kind of join that end customer on that call with you, walk through the use case, work out which products are best suited to help their pain point. That's not a problem for us. Another thing we like to do is training. So on any given day, we might jump on a plane, a train, a car, and go and see the sales teams with our partners. So just recently we were with one of our partners over in Leeds, and there was maybe about 15 different sales guys there. And we understand that mobile identity is quite new to a lot of people. Some people haven't even heard of it, right? So it's very important to keep it simple, but also help people understand, how it works, how they can implement it into their current opportunities and upsell. And as I say, it's very much keeping it very, very simple, but whilst them understanding which verticals to go down, where it's covered, what the prices are, those types of things. Sure. So that's the other side of it. And then moving on from that, we obviously onboard the customer, and that can involve collating all the information with them and looking through the T's and C's and digging out all of those juicy bits that we need to get them approved by the operators. And then we'll hand them over to the delivery guys and introduce them to the technical teams for the API integration. And then also we've got a fantastic marketing team who we can introduce and help them to get their message out there on LinkedIn and so forth, that they're now using these amazing new services. So
you mentioned use cases, and that perhaps some people are still not quite familiar with mobile identity solutions today. So I wondered, how does Sekura add that extra layer of security, and why is it so important?
Sure, 100%. So obviously security is key in what we do. And what we actually tend to do is structure the services into kind of two use cases, if you like. So we have onboarding of a new customer, and then we'll have the in-life services for the customer. And for instance, obviously it's crucial and imperative when onboarding a new customer that the security is there, but it's equally as important to make sure that we have the balance of the user experience, right? So for instance, with our product Safe Authentication, we call it actually Safer Auth at Sekura. It's as simple as, you go into your app, you'll put your mobile number in, you'll click next, and in the background, we're whizzing around like maniacs, but you'll see the wheels spinning for half a second, and in real time, in around a second, we can determine that yes, Kerry-Anne is on that device at that moment in time, on that journey. And that's it. It's that simple. It's 100% secure. And this is actually a fantastic replacement for like an SMS OTP, for instance.
So companies are looking for alternatives to one-time passwords. How would you describe the demand from enterprises today? And what are you hearing about their experiences with SMS?
Okay, so demand is 100% on the rise. We're seeing an increasing demand from financial services sectors, from insurance companies, from retail, and actually gaming, gambling companies at present. And we know for a fact that there's some major tier one banks actually in the process of implementing safe authentication. And it is to replace the SMS OTP service that they currently have.
So just so we understand kind of the differences between the solution, when you're approaching an enterprise for the first time, let's say they're long-time users of SMS for authentication purposes, and you're there to introduce mobile identity solutions, what is the value add for them? How can you explain it to them?
Okay, so obviously, again, going back to the fact that, we're not looking to cannibalize and replace SMS OTP. That's never going to happen. There is 100% a market for SMS OTPs, and it's fantastic in its field for the short message service, which it was initially designed for. Obviously, for a lot of customers now, it's all about the onboarding journey and creating a very seamless and smooth, almost non-existent onboarding journey. And that's what everybody wants. Although we're preventing a lot of the bad actors, we also want to allow the good actors to, get on as quick as possible. So with the, obviously with an SMS OTP, everybody's very familiar. You get the SMS that comes through. It can be a bit clunky at times, and you have to copy and paste and come out of the app a few times, and sometimes the code doesn't materialize. You have to resend, and that can be a bit cumbersome when you're trying to get through onto an app or something quite quickly. So with our service, what they could offer if they took on and partnered with Sekura is the safer auth service. And as I say, it takes around a second. It's real time. It literally determines if that user is on that device at that moment in time, on that particular journey on the app. And it's done within a second. There is literally nothing for the end user to do. There's no codes to copy and paste. You're not having to wait for a code. There's nothing. It literally, you put your mobile number in, you click next, and you're through. That's as simple as it is, and that's the key to, talking to these CPaaS players. As I say, we're not trying to replace everything. It's not going to happen overnight. It's literally about converting portions of their customers that are looking for something at that bit seamless, that bit quicker. We can help them do that, and ultimately they'll have a secure, happy end customer at the end of the day, and they won't lose any revenue.
Brilliant. Frictionless. And so maybe to wrap up, kind of as a successful woman in tech, I was just wondering, what would you say have been your kind of biggest challenges and kind of career highlights today?
Sure. Okay, so initially, we're going back about 27 years, don't try and guess my age. My first job was actually in telecommunications, in audio conferencing. So it's way back in the day before Zoom and Teams were here. And it was quite revolutionary. And I enjoyed it 100%. It was great to be at the start of something. When I left there, I decided to have a family. I have 5 wonderful children. They're amazing, especially when they're asleep. No, just kidding. They're all amazing. And obviously that's fantastic, but it's one of the challenges that all working parents have, male or female, that it's a juggle, right? So, there's times that we may miss out on parent evenings or school plays, those types of things. It's that constant kind of juggle, but it's something that everybody has to do. And I'm very fortunate in my family that my husband is actually very supportive in my role, and we just have to juggle because he also travels, and my job involves a fair bit of travel. So we just have to juggle who's going to be at home, who's going to feed everybody. And then the highlights would absolutely be, I've just been promoted. And that's down to working. Thank you so much. Down to working with a fantastic team. Everyone's super supportive here. We've got young, old, small, short, tall, you name them. We've got somebody of everybody here at this company, and everybody's absolutely fantastic to work with. And it's due to the fact that I have such a great team behind me that I've managed to move up the ladder quite quickly. And hopefully I'll be CEO next year.
Good. Well, we'll invite you back for another episode then for an update.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for your time, Kerry-Anne. It's been great to hear a bit more about your role, how things are progressing, about what's going on with mobile identity solutions today and or authentication as it evolves and the use cases evolve, and we kind of follow this all as it unravels. So thank you for your time. We look forward to seeing you out and about soon at one of the many industry events that we will attend.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.